Hello again. So today I am going to be doing 5 looks with this palette right here, and it is the Colourpop Garden Variety Pressed Powder Eyeshadow Palette. First off, the actual packaging on this, like the box that it comes in, is exactly the same as the palette inside. So I am going to get rid of this and I am going to show you the actual palette. Okay, so we have a beautiful embossed shiny palette. You can see how like nice and shiny it is. It is totally embossed, so it's raised letters. The flowers are raised. I think these are like cactus. The back of it shows the color names right there in the little circles. This is the inside of it, also raised, embossed, very pretty. And then we have the actual colors right here, and they are so pretty and fresh to me. Like, I remember seeing this palette for the first time when it came out and I wanted it. There's like few palettes that do that to me. I feel like, especially Colourpop, they come out with so many palettes like all the time that I feel like it's overwhelming, but at the same time I'm not attracted to all of them. And this one was definitely one that I was attracted to. I actually received this as a gift from my daughter, so thank you. I did get this as a gift from my daughter, I believe for my birthday, which was a couple months after it was released. And I haven't gotten around to trying it out, but now I'm gonna do 5 looks. And first I am going to be swatching. Alright, so I'm gonna go on to look number 1. But before I go on to look number 1, have you noticed something different about me? Well, it's my hair. I did cut my hair. And I'm gonna insert a picture of what I wanted my hair to look like. It did not come out like that. My hair is not the same texture as the girl in the picture, and so it didn't come out like that. My hair is a little more bouncy. There's a lot of volume to it, and it's also very like wavy, curly wavy, so it just like really just gets really big. And yeah, it doesn't look like I want it to look. I do feel like it ages me a little bit, but what can we do? So I am going to now put on a headband. Hair grows out, and my hair grows pretty fast, so that's okay. I am going to start out with Clay Day, and Clay Day is this shade down here. I am going to use that shade on my crease. Okay, now I am going to grab Stuck on You, which is this dark plum color right there in the side. Okay, so now I am going to grab Smudge Off, which is this shade right here, And I am going to be using that on my lid, my center lid, and on my inner lid. And that's supposed to be a shimmery shade. I feel like it's not really giving me its full potential, so I am going to grab it with my finger. So yeah, I'm grabbing it with my finger. And I am putting it on with my finger, and that is absolutely the best way to put on a shimmer for me. Like, I feel like that's the best way. I haven't put on makeup since Saturday. It's Monday today, but the whole last week I didn't wear any makeup. I'm basically just wearing it on Saturdays to go to church, and that's it. So it kind of feels like, it feels nice. It just feels nice to put makeup again. I really love makeup, so love playing with makeup. Alright, so I am going to grab the Certed, which is the lightest shade in the palette. They have so much fallout. And I am going to put it right here on the top. And now it's the time to blend with that other shade right there. And now I'm going to grab Stuck on You again, which is that middle plummy shade, and I am going to use that on my lower lash line. So I'm gonna grab it with this brush right here, kind of like a flat little round, like half circle brush, and I am going to use that on my lower lash line. I'm gonna put on some eyeliner, and I'm gonna put on mascara, and I'll be back. Okay, so I am wearing the Woma Drama Bomb mascara, and I actually reviewed this mascara in one of my Ipsy hauls. So I think it was the January Ipsy haul. Not sure, but I think that's where I reviewed it. Alright, so on my lips, I am wearing the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout lipstick in the shade Cotton Candy Skies, and it looks like this. So this is look number 1. Alright, I changed my headband because I feel like this looks a little better. This looks a little bit better. Yeah, it goes more with like this palette. So even if it looks a little funny. Okay, so now I'm gonna start with look number 2, and look number 2 is I'm gonna be using this one right here, which is called Over the Bloom. This one right there, it's called Over the Bloom, and I am going to be using Over the Bloom. Okay, I wanted you to see something. These have a lot of fallout. They do have a lot of fallout. I'm going to be using Over the Bloom on my crease. I am now going to grab Clay Day. And Clay Day is this shade right here. It's called Clay Day. And I used that shade before in the other look, and I'm going to be using that to deepen this area right here. Now I'm going to grab Don't Leave, and Don't Leave looks very metallic. It is this one right here, and it looks pretty metallic. Like, look, it looks like this. So I hope that's what it looks like on the eye, because that is a very, very pretty color. Okay, for this look, I'm not gonna put anything underneath. Looks like it's gonna rain. Anyway, I'm not gonna put anything underneath. I feel like there's still a little bit left of what I had on before, and even without it, I feel like this look is so soft that it doesn't necessarily need anything underneath, like on the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. But I am going to grab wavelength, and I am going to add wavelength to my inner corner, the inner corner of my eye. And wavelength is this shimmery beige shade right there. Okay, and now last but not least, I am going to grab the lightest shade in here, which is Deserted, and it's the shade up here, right there in the corner. And I am going to be using that right here. Okay, so I am going to use on my lips the Wet n Wild Cloud Palette in the shade Marshmallow Madness. Alright, so this is look number 2. Okay, so now I'm gonna go on to look number 3. Alright, so now I'm gonna begin look number 3. So windy outside. Okay, look number 3, I'm gonna start out with Herbivore, which is this shade right here on the top. So now I'm gonna grab this shade down here in the corner, that brownish shade, which is called Stay Sharp. Alright, so now I'm gonna grab Third Eye. And Third Eye is this gold shade right here. And I am going to put that all over my lid. Okay, so I'm grabbing the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Setting Spray, and I'm going to add that here. And then I'm gonna grab Third Eye and do this. Can you see the huge difference? Oh yeah. And then with the brush, there's a lot more control than when your fingers, so that is excellent. So now I am going to use the Wet n Wild Cloud Palette lipstick in the shade Fluff and Mutter. So this is look number 3. Okay, so I'm gonna start out on look number 4, but before I begin with look number 4, I want to show you the flowers that my daughter just brought me. So happy because they're beautiful flowers. I love hydrangeas. Okay, so for look number 4, I am going to begin with Prickly Please. And Prickly Please is this shade right here, which is kind of like an apricot sort of shade, more like a peachy kind of shade. But okay, so now I'm going to grab Suck Up For You, which is this shade right here. And like I said before, like this is kind of like a matte shade that has like glitter speckles in it, just like Clay Day, except that this one is a little bit darker. And I am going to be using that on my outer corner. I feel with these shadows, those matte shades that have the glitter on top, when you tap it, the glitter just flies away. So you end up with like no glitter on your skin unless you don't tap it. If you don't tap it, then you're gonna have some glitter on your skin. So I'm gonna try that, okay? I'm not gonna tap it. You can see, you might be able to see some, yeah, you see some glitter speckles right there. Okay, still no patchiness, so at least not that I can see with the naked eye. Okay, so right now I do know that I have to diffuse that top part or blend it with another shade in order for it to look a little bit better, because right now it doesn't look right. Okay, so I'm gonna add the lightest shade, which is Deserted, and I am gonna do that on the top, and I am going to blend it with this other one right here. You know something? The glitter came off already. The glitter came off of the other one. It just like, it kind of just leaves the like the pigment behind and takes the glitter. Like the glitter just flies away. So now I am going to grab Synergy, and Synergy is this shade in the center right here. It's kind of like a, would I call that lilac? I'm not sure if I would call that lilac, or what I would call it really. I would say it's more like a light purple shade, and yeah, it's more like a shimmery lilac. And it looks like this. It's a little more pinkish than lilac, I feel, because I feel like this shirt that I'm wearing is lilac. This is a little more pinkish. Alright, and to finish off this look, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Cloud Pout in the shade Candy Wasted. Okay, so this is look number 4. Alright, so now we're going to go to look number 5. I'm basically using 3 shades everywhere, and that's it. I'm going to start with Root 'em Up, which is this dark shade right here. And I am going to be using Root 'em Up. I'm going to tap it. And I'm going to be using that on my outer lid, on my outer crease. I am going to be using it also on my crease. But I'm going to do this shade, I think the darkest part is going to be on the outside, and then I am going to bring everything, like I am just not going to add any more color. I'm not going to add anything else to this. I am just going to diffuse it into the center and the inner part of my crease. I'm gonna be using that lightest shade called Deserted right here, just to blend out that edge. Now I'm going to grab Best Buds, and Best Buds is the green shade right there. That has to be my favorite shade out of the whole palette, and the reason why I bought this palette, well, why I wanted this palette. So I'm going to be adding that to my lid first with a brush, and then I'm going to do it with my finger. Such a pretty shade. So I'm gonna grab Smudge Off, which is the one right next to the one I just used. It's this one right there, and I'm gonna be using that purplish shade. I'm gonna attempt to use it on the outer part, like of my lower lash line. And I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Cloud Palette in the shade Love You S'more. So this is finished look number 5. Okay, so my final thoughts. I really enjoyed the color story of this palette. I feel that it does go with like the whole garden theme. I mean, it is called Garden Variety, and I really enjoyed it. It's a really pretty palette, very nice colors. I do feel though like the shimmers, like I said before, they're not very pigmented. They're more like toppers. So if you have that in mind and you know that that's what you're getting, then you won't be disappointed. If you're trying to get pigment out of them, then you will be disappointed because they're not very pigmented. They're more like toppers. But having said that, even as toppers, they do have a little bit of they do like show through. You could tell that that is the color that, you know, that's on the palette, is the color that you're gonna get on your eye. Like as you can see with this green one right here, it's a shimmer, but it is green. Like you can tell that it is green. The mattes are super pigmented. The mattes that have glitter on them are very pigmented as well. The only thing is that the glitter falls off and you're left with just the matte. And that, I feel that it's a common theme among all the Colourpop palettes. So you take it as you may, and I absolutely love this palette. So alright, so that is it for today. I hope you enjoyed these 5 looks that I did with this palette. Let me know in the comments below which one was your favorite look. Was it look number 1, 2, 3, 4, or number 5? And also let me know if you have this palette and how it has worked out for you. And have a great day. Stay safe out there. Bye.